This is genuinely insane what the Red Sox back end of the bullpen has been doing as of late, with Garrett Whitlock and Aroldis Chapman being locked down as they are the best 1-2 punch in all of baseball, and the Red Sox are winning behind their performances. Welcome to Red Sox Digest, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I certainly do appreciate you watching today's video. Want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free, and we are literally absurdly close to 5,000 subscribers, 59 away, and I guarantee you, there are 59 of you watching this exact video that have been watching us for the past, let's say 2 weeks that have not yet subscribed. I promise you, you are making the right decision by hitting that subscribe button. It's 100% free, no purchase necessary, and you're getting fresh, daily Red Sox coverage right here from Red Sox Digest. Let's talk about it. Today's game, or rather yesterday's game, was a fantastic one. Jarren Duran with a 3-run bomb. The Red Sox win a 1-run game, which was kind of avoiding them as the early part of the season went. But that's not what we're here to talk about. The game was great. The win, fantastic. But what's better than both of that is what Aroldis Chapman has done this season, and arguably, I know that Alex Bregman has been great, and I want to say that first. But Aroldis Chapman might have been the best free agent signing this entire class for the Boston Red Sox, as of right now. If Alex Bregman is signed to a long-term contract, we can reassess. But still, Aroldis Chapman recorded his 25th save yesterday evening and lowered his ERA to a staggering 1.06. In the past 13 appearances, he has allowed 0 hits. In the past 35 appearances, he has allowed just 1 earned run. What Aroldis Chapman has been doing has literally been unheard of in his entire career, much less his prime back when he was in Cincinnati. Recently, his control has been a problem, but this year, the Boston pitching staff, pitching coaches, they talk about the pitching barn. Guess what? This is their prime cow right now and showing what they're able to do, and not just Aroldis Chapman. Garrett Whitlock being the setup man that we have always dreamed of in Boston is fantastic to see, and it's really a terrifying thing for the rest of the MLB, because when you think about what these two have been doing as of late, and kind of pulling up their stats here, 1.06 earned run average between them since June 1st, a 35.9% K rate, and almost 60 innings pitched. That is unheard of. Unheard of. I know, again, June 1st is not that far away. Like, that is only less than 3 months ago. But in the same aspect that it was 3 months ago, I cannot remember the last time, not just in the Red Sox, but in the MLB, there was this dominant of a 1-2 punch in the 8th and the 9th with a setup and a closer. There's been some crazy matchups. Josh Hader and Devin Williams. That's probably the last thing that, their stats can compare to this. Because I know there's been some big names that have paired up together and been a great back end of the bullpen. Obviously, there's a bunch of good ones that have happened over the past 5, 6, 7 years. But in terms of stats-wise, I have to go back to Devin Williams and Josh Hader to be even close to this. Aroldis Chapman is sporting a 1.08 earned run average. Forget the win-loss percentage, but he's pitched 50 innings this season, 71 strikeouts. He has allowed a long ball 3 times and 21 hits, 3.8 hits per 9s, a whip of .7. This is the Aroldis Chapman that people were scared of 6, 7 years ago. This was the Aroldis Chapman that we feared when he came out of the Yankee bullpen or when he was in the Cubs. And we didn't know if we were going to get that when we signed him. When Craig Breslow made the move and said, okay, let's bring him in, I don't think anybody on the face of the planet thought this was the Aroldis Chapman we were going to get. And I want to point out something, because if you know, the Red Sox and one-run contests in the beginning of the season were an atrocious marriage. The record was abysmal. In fact, they won 1 of their first 11 or 12. If we look at the one-run games now, the Red Sox are 18-24, which is still not good. But at one point, they were 1-13. So if you talk about since then, the one-run games have been starting to go the Red Sox way. And correct me if I'm wrong, but The whole point of having a 162-game season is to get better along the way, to fix the things that you were not good at the beginning of the year. And the biggest thing the Red Sox were not good at the beginning of the year was winning these one-run contests. They won one tonight. They won one in the Bronx. 1-0, by the way. The one-run games are very much starting to go in favor of the Boston Red Sox, and it is a fantastic thing to see. Now, we talked about Aroldis Chapman, and we've talked about all that he has been lived out to be. But I'd be remiss if we didn't start mentioning what Garrett Whitlock has been able to do as well. He's nearly at 60 innings pitched, has only allowed 2 home runs, struck out 71, 44 hits. His ERA a little bit higher, 2.72. Had a little bit of a tough stretch to begin the season, but again, since June 1st has been the setup man. His whip reminiscent of that, 1.106. And it reminds me of a lot of, 3 years ago when we had this type of Garrett Whitlock, when we had this Whitlock in the bullpen before we tried to change him into being a starter. That's the type of Garrett Whitlock we are getting this season, and this is what we've always been wanting. And I talked about those stats at the beginning of the show here, but we got to show them. This is real. In the last 35 games, Chapman has given up 2 earned runs, 0.56 earned run average. He has struck out 45, 17 saves in 32 innings pitched, 9 hits in 35 games, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, and just 7 walks, which, as we know, Aroldis Chapman can walk a guy or 2. He can do that for sure. So that is the first thing for Aroldis Chapman. I mentioned it, but I'm going to put it back up there because it is so crazy. He has not allowed a single hit in 13 games. 13 games. Aroldis Chapman is on another level right now. The stare downs are there. The ability to come in and say, oh yeah, we're winning this game. Since about June, or even maybe a little bit before that, when Aroldis Chapman has come into the game, I have said, 44's got this. There's not been a time where I do not think we are going to win. It's just such a crazy feeling because we can go back to some of the top closers in Red Sox history. You want to go back to Craig Kimbrell in 2018. I like to call him Cardiac Craig because through that postseason run, I don't know if there was a single save in which it went 1-2-3. The Andrew Benintendi diving catch against Houston that saved, against Alex Bregman, funny enough, but literally saved Craig Kimbrell from blowing a save. You want to go back further to Jonathan Papelbon. He was great in 07, but in 08, we all know what happened. The Red Sox were trying to go to the playoffs, 2011, when Red Sox were so high, going to go to the playoffs, and then Papelbon can't get the save done, and the Orioles beat us, and the Rays end up taking that extra wild card final spot. There has not been a closer that I can think of that has been as dominant as Aroldis Chapman has been for the Boston Red Sox. Garrett Whitlock has been more of the same. 1 earned run in his last 21 games. If you think about a setup guy and a closer, and you're talking over 21 contests that they have appeared in, and you combine those appearances, and they combined have this stat line, 1.06 earned run average, and nearly right at a 36% K rate. 1 out of every 3 batters they face is getting struck out. And including tonight, Garrett Whitlock struck out 3 straight batters after allowing that 9-pitch double to Gunnar Henderson. Which Gunnar is a great player, and he absolutely shreds the Boston Red Sox. So there's nothing really I can say there. It's fantastic, and it makes me so very confident that if the Red Sox offense can stay in a positive place and this rotation can be in a good spot, I'm talking bring up Peyton Tolley. I'm talking bring up Fitz. Or not Fitz, excuse me. Fitz is probably injured. We'll talk about his injury in another video, but who knows what happens with him. Bring up Harrison. This could be the team that we all thought it was at the beginning of the season. Especially when you have Chapman and Whitlock at the back end of that bullpen. Let me know in the comments section what you feel about Aroldis Chapman. I know he was a controversial player to sign in some ways, especially because his Yankee history, his history off the field. But I don't think there's a single Red Sox fan that cares more. You might call him 44, but he's still on the team, and that stare down is deadly. It's deadly. We appreciate every single one of you watching. Once again, if you are watching right now, you obviously have enjoyed the content, so hit that subscribe button. We are literally just 59 subscribers away from 5,000, so go down there, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time here on Red Sox Digest. Peace out, guys.